Nudge to you ugly buggers.
Oh, you're the ugly fucker.
Right, guys,
Right, no swearing.
that's your live.
Shh.
That's us live.
Yeah. Yes.
Wait, let me just make sure we are.
Good
Hello,
evening,
good
people.
evening, and welcome everybody. We are running slightly late tonight, but not to worry, we are here now at last. Whoop whoop, as Gamer Dad would say. I'm just looking for to make sure we are going live, Dale.
It come up on my notifications.
I always struggle to find the live feed, so I do. Oh, there we go. Excellent. Right, cool. So, tonight we have a bit of a special kind of evening tonight. Two things. We are missing two of our main co-hosts. So we're missing Cooper tonight. He's got prior engagements. And we're missing Dale. Although Dale is here, as you can see, on the screen, he's just not taking part. He's just not in the best of places just now. He'll tell you that if or when he wants to. But tonight we have a very good show ahead of you. Like I says, running a wee bit late, so can I get the formalities out the road just now? So it's going to be myself, Chris, and Gamer Dad hosting the show, and our special guest tonight is Peter Dalton. Peter Dalton,
Mr. Gorilla.
Mr. Gorilla Fingers. This is I Am Not So Slow. I
can't compete with your wheel uses.
You're ridiculously
fast. You can compete with Chris. You beat Chris all the time, so
yeah.
We won't talk about Mazzano last night, Paul.
I'm only there for the whole shits and giggles things. But
I did lose it at Mazzano.
Do remember, guys, we do have our email. So if you want to contact us with any questions at all, I'll keep looking at the email to make sure. It's Formula Racing League 0@gmail.com. And as always, we've got our Formula Racing League.co.uk website. Well, Friedman's constantly updating it and constantly making it look nice and beautiful and juicy and amazing. So get yourself on there. Have a wee browse around. So that's the kind of formalities and the boring bit out the road. So tonight, it's just me and you, Gamer. What we're going to do tonight?
I don't know, mate. What are we going to do?
What are we actually going to waffly talk about tonight? Oh, wait a wee minute. We've got I Am Slow with us. I'm sure we could fill some of the show with some insights, maybe some hints and tips as well. And how the hell you can do what you do using a bloody control. I'm itching to see if this is true, if you actually do drive using a controller, or is it all just a ruse?
No, oh, hang on, I've even got it here. Hang on.
The controller.
There we go. There we go.
And it's just a plain black one. It's not even a coloured one.
No, and it's about 4 years old, I reckon. It's still chipping away. So it gets the job done.
I broke a controller once in about 6 months playing Gran Turismo Sport too much.
I'm not playing ACC enough then.
I'm surprised your big thumbs haven't broke that thing. Let me see them. Look at the size of those things, man. So yes, this is I Am Slow, better known as Peter Dalton. So we're going to be asking him some questions tonight. We'll also have a wee look at the standings as well, leading into Friday's GT3 Season 2. So we've had a couple of races now, as far as I'm aware. I can't remember. I'll have a look. We'll talk a bit about what's going to be happening as well going forward, because you've been kind of churning a few ideas regarding leagues, races and stuff. We've had a few questions as well. Actually, one just hit the admin team about 10 minutes ago from Coops as well.
I see that one. And I've been asked that question last week as well. Yeah. The same exact question by someone else.
I think the guys are itching to get it going. Oh, right. So the live feed's starting to fill up as well.
Hello,
so
guys.
They're unfortunately questioning Dale, so he's probably going to be getting grilled silly in there. and he's going to start giving them all the kind of sordid details. I'll not read that some of the stuff out. It's not fit for the live feed, I don't think. So, how would you like to start the evening then, Gamer?
Well, we'll talk to Peter for a little while. Well, we'll talk to Peter for a little while, get an insight of how he got into sim racing.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
So,
Right now, shall the story begin?
Yes.
Yeah. Begin the story, mate.
All right. So it would have been, this little virus we all know hit us, and we're all stuck at home. And I saw this like GT3 game was coming out, and I was like, "Oh, simulator. This will be interesting. I've got to try this out." And I did it, Chris. Like, I left the pits at Bathurst and spun a million times before I got to turn 2. Like, the steering was like all over the place, especially on the controller. And I thought, did I just waste like $70? Anyway, I had to fine tune it for like ages. And then last January or February, I started doing like competitive racing. And yeah, I'm a bit of a junkie now. Like, I don't stop race. I race about 3 or 4 times a week. And that's on a bad week.
This kind of takes over your bloody life, doesn't it?
Dude, it's so addictive. Like, I reckon I spend more time like racing on that than I do anything else. Don't even get the basics of life. Don't even get, completed because you're just spending time. How do I get 2/10 through turn 1 at Bathurst? Anyway,
I can remember the first time you showed face, and it was a race that I think it was Checker needed. Was it Checker that needed to beat GT Jamie or something? I can't remember. Or GT Jamie had to come in second, and you come in first.
First ever race.
The fastest guy in the entire planet outside of Kerry and like kind of like Gamer Dad and Crazies, and you just showed up and won the bloody race, and it was enough to give Checker 1 point in it. Checker won the league with 1 point in it, and it was a.
He didn't even thank me for it. Can you believe that?
Well, this is now your chance to say to Checker, "Where's my thank you?" So, that's right, I can remember that night, and everybody was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And then you told us all you done your racing on a controller, and we're like, "No, way. Unbelievable."
Yeah, and the funny thing is that I only found out about you guys 12 hours, not even 12 hours before that race started. I was browsing on Facebook, which I never even use, and I'm like part of those ACC groups, and I'm like, FRL, oh, this logo looks fancy, and I clicked on the page, and I'm like, oh, these guys got a race at Bathurst coming up. Like, I barely get a race at Bathurst, so I'll just sign up and just
Best
rock
move
up
you
a
ever
bit
made.
of fun.
Best
Oh, dude, honestly, it is my home from home. Like, it is my sim racing home. I've had a whole heap of friends converted over to you guys as well. So,
Cool.
No, it's awesome. It's love racing with you guys, and I'm always hitting you up, dude. When's the next endurance race coming up? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like can't get enough of it. So, it's
we love the endurance because he always wins.
No, that's because you've got a long enough race that if you do make any mistakes, that you can just get it back, claw back, no problem. I've just been told by Woody or Neil in Woodward.
My new alien hunter apprentice.
Tom Hanks, yes. Tom Hanks, alien hunter apprentice, blah, blah, blah. He's told me to look at the emails. So what's he sent in now? Here we go. It's going to be like, he says he was going to try and get some kind of controversial question sent. Is this a controversial question?
We like controversy. We do like controversy.
We do.
Oh, might turn off the camera for this one.
Evening FRL'Cast, very polite of him. Not so much a question, but I have attached a little picture which I have thrown together.
Oh, here we go.
I am hoping you can work your magic, Chris, and add this into the Discord emojis and add it into Gamer Dad's Discord name. Thanks, FRL. FRL in Woodward. So he has a little alien face with a little target painted over it. Let's see if I can get this up on the screen.
Yeah, he was talking about that because he'd sent me a picture of his lap time at Laguna Seca.
Brilliant. I
And
don't know if you'll be able to see that. Well done, Neil. That's cool. We'll try and get that added in, and we can get that next to Gamer Dad's name.
I'm recruiting alien hunters, by the way.
Alien, is this your pitch?
This is my.
Hey, Chris, show that picture again because for some reason the cameras went off.
What
Right,
camera?
just showed it.
What camera?
All of
Just
them.
about to see.
Yeah, you can see it now.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. We'll have a little look at that, Neil. Don't worry, mate.
Thank you very much, Neil. That's not as controversial as I thought it was going to be, but thank you.
I was expecting proper controversy off of Neil there.
I know, I'm still waiting
Like
for
one
this.
of those, like one of those to be continued moments.
Yep, take your name was okay. Thank you. I did. So what have we got in the live feed? Who's saying what? We have got quite a lot of guys watching us actually. So Wood, evening fellas. We've got Kino DJ. Hi guys. Hi Peter. How you doing, bud?
Kino. Oh, what a legend that guy is.
A lot of people think you're really a wheel, but you're not. So this is Hutch. I'm in the same boat as Hutch. A lot of people actually think you drive with a wheel and not a control pad.
Because it's smooth.
That's why. Your cornering's so smooth. You don't do that whole...
Even down the straight, right, on other racing games, you're using the controller, you're always adjusting so you can see the car move.
Yeah, I don't really... Like, I don't even use the steering assist. And, like, the main thing I have to do is the steering ratio in a car setup, and then the steering speed in, like, the settings have to change that. So for, like, the Porsche, have it really, like, not sensitive, so steering speed is, like, quite slow, because that thing, like, it just darts all over the place. And then the McLaren, you've got to have that really high, because it's like it's like driving a boat, but it's not a Bentley. Like, it does not want to turn that long wheelbase. I don't know, it's too stable. So it's almost like it's got understeer, so need to bring that steering speed up a bit.
So you like technical help for the guys with controllers?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
You could be a controller technician. Michael Races has just posted up saying, "I'm not slow. I have alien thumbs and fingers." Has appeared.
Oh dear.
Brilliant. Adele's telling everybody he ate salmon and gets food poisoning from it. Oh God. Oops. That's not
Basically,
a good thing.
Dell's not a pretty sight at the moment.
No. That's why we can only hear his dulcet tones. We can't see his like grey face with sheer and utter illness. Yeah, so the feed's filling up. Cool. So what other kind of where did you come from though? So what games did you play before ACC?
Oh, gee, are we talking in general?
Aye, because you seem to be really good at sim racing. Has it always been sim racing games, or are you just a general geeky gamer like most days?
So, like, honestly, I'd never done any sim racing. I played like Need for Speed and Gran Turismo about 1,000 years ago. And then in the last couple of years, just played like a bit of FIFA, tiny bit of COD, although, yeah, that's a sad story, that one. We're not going to go down that path. But no, I spent most of my... COD. Yeah, that's my excuse. That's why I lose all the time. But yeah, mostly just play FIFA. And yeah, I know, broke a few controllers with that game, I tell you.
It's the only game I know that could make even the most mellowest person rage.
It smashed the TV off the wall.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, almost got to that point. Yeah, so a couple of controllers, rest in peace. They're no longer with us. And yeah, apart from, like, some story-driven games, a bit of GTA, The Last of Us, Uncharted, just stuff like that.
That's crazy that you've
came
from games, that.
Though. I love Uncharted.
Yeah, yes. But it's crazy that you've came from that to bedding into ACC so quickly and being so consistent so fast.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's like my appreciation and love for like motor racing in general. Like I grew up around racetracks and stuff. If I had the money, I'd be on a wheel hustling with you guys every week. Sadly, I'm just hustling that left analog stick and a couple of the bumpers.
So we'll put a wee link up, guys, right? It's going to be iamslow.org /donations. If you could put maybe a couple of pence in it, and we can get him a wheel. And then watch him crash and burn, and that way some of us might then have a chance.
Yeah, because you've got to learn it all over
I
again.
know, it's a total learning curve. You put a wheel in front of you, and
it'll probably take a while to pick up. Probably,
normally takes about a week, maybe 2, to get
okay
muscle memory back in, because you're using your legs instead of just your fingers.
Yeah,
so,
right.
the changing of the gears, because do you do gears automatically?
Yeah, right. No, well, the funny thing is, so if I can just kind of segue a little bit, we had the charity race at Silverstone a few days ago, and my best mate, Lee Jester, we crashed for the second time in a week on the first lap, and he took me out. Hey, Lee, how you going? And
you absolute idiot.
And I assumed, like all of the other 2-hour races, we had 2 pit stops. So I thought, okay, this race is down the toilet. I'll pit on the first lap. No, we only need to do 1 pit stop. And my fuel tank was never going to last 1 hour and 56 minutes. So I was like really stressing and really annoyed. And my left hand actually completely cramped up with about an hour to go. I was chasing Woody. And we were like neck and neck with like lap times, and at the end of it, I could barely move my left hand from the downshifting, the braking, and the steering, all with one hand. Oh man, it was shocking. And I actually had to pull out a GT3 Sundays because I couldn't drive. Like I felt so soft, but I was like, no way am I racing a Spa. I'm gonna bin it up Eau Rouge and Rodeo.
Other people binned it at Spa. Don't worry.
I feel much better now. Thank you.
I won't mention names, but yeah, other people did bin it.
Spa turned out to be quite a
steering or with one
poor race for some and fantastic race for others.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I had fantastic 2 races. It's just that
you did
things went wrong in the second race.
I had a fantastic second race, and I had a bit of a boo boo with Cascanova, but it's kind of I've been punished for that, I think. Or have I?
Yeah, I think you got 1 point.
12 race ban.
Yeah, 12 race ban.
Admins, when they cause accidents, they get 12 race bans. Oh, I won 1 point because I tried to get out the road here. I was as much as I possibly could, and I just caught him.
Chris, you're still the only member of FRL to actually have a race ban.
Yep. It's because the other people that would have had a race ban either get booted or left.
Yep.
But I'm not going anywhere. I love FRL far too much. It's just such a welcoming and homely place to take part in any racing. So
yeah,
it's like everyone always says, it's just one of the best. The best. It's like a home from home. It's fantastic. It's great. Can't get any better.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
So I'm going to have a wee look and see then where, with the standings, etc., on SimGrid. So,
are you doing PC standings?
I'll quickly go in and just have a wee look. See,
get the old PC bits and bobs out of the way then.
Yeah, well, we can talk about PC tonight because the guys really deserve it. There's some really fast, like.
From what I've watched, honestly, some really good racing on PC.
Yeah. Good standard, really good standard, really good mix across the board. So, log in.
Oh, look, that view is so much better.
I'm forgetting it's there. Cheeky. Right. My hosts. So, we can talk about the long run because that was tonight just before we'd come on. I don't know if the turnout was as favourable as it could have been for the last race, which was at Spa. Well, let's just go and have a wee look then. So results. And it looks like Leinmuller had a very, very good qualifying session from tonight.
He was
He
leading the
was
championship, wasn't he?
Yes. He's actually qualified the fastest.
What track?
Spa.
What time?
I'll give you 5 Bruce points if you can guess his time.
2:18.4.
What's a Spa? Hang on.
Yeah, it was Spa.
Oh no, just having a look. Sorry, apologies. So I'll start again. It's John Beaton went the fastest in qualifying, and it was a 2:18.032.
Oh, it's only 4 tenths off.
Yeah, not much.
So that's the same
Wow.
times. See, this goes back to the debate we had last week about lap times on the different platforms. So 2:18.0 is the same as the PS4. Maybe I'm not sure what it's on PS5, but the lap record on PS4 is a 2:18.0.
I can tell you it is in PS5. Oh no, we've not separated the fastest laps yet, have we?
Maybe it is the update on the PC that's made it slower.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember guys on PC getting 2:16 at Spa, and that's like, what? How do you do that?
Still some of your super airlines are able to do that. But
Really?
I think it's up to 2:17 now. There's about a second lost for everybody on Spa for definite. Some other tracks as well.
Well, John Beaton won the race tonight, and Sebastian Leinmuller came second with Thomas Ronflard. Sorry, apologies for the name.
That's it. Butcher the names.
Came third. Nathan Berry fourth. Chris Jones fifth. Our one and only James. He came in sixth. Well done,
Nice
son.
one, James. Nice.
Nigel Longdon came in seventh. Michael Alman eighth. And the back three runners, Armins Petrovics, Sergio Oz, and Andrei Katinia. And it looked like we had a lot of no-shows tonight that hadn't kind of left the actual SimGrid server, so they're penalised with a -5 points. So it would have been a grid of 22, maybe 23 tonight, but only 11 showed up. But that's looking at the standings. It was Sebastian Leinmuller who absolutely obliterated everybody. He finished top of the roster with 168 points, leaving second place in 129 and third. Petrovic was in second and third was Sergio Oz. So his performance tonight got him a podium finish with 117 points. So Beamer, Merck and Aston Martin, so 3 different makes in the top 3, which is good to see. James finished in 10th with 77 points, but I'm not sure. He missed a race, so he missed the Nürburgring race, so I could have probably had a wee bit closer to the podium, perhaps. Great. But there was, in total, 32 people registered for that league. And it looks like only up to 23 people had took part. So that's not bad.
There was more people originally, but what happened tonight was the last race at Spa was 2 hours instead of 80 minutes.
Yeah.
And I never took into account that most European countries that would be finished at 11:15 at night, and a lot of PC drivers don't like being on that late with work next day.
They like to be in their bed when the street lights come on, because Mummy said so.
Sleep. Who needs sleep?
Yeah, but when you're at FRL, you don't sleep.
No, you don't sleep. It's 24-hour operation now.
Yes, we have our American contingency keeping it going on a Thursday.
We just need some more down under contingency, and then we can have an Aussie league.
Yes. And guess who's going to be running that?
Yeah, guess who won?
Definitely not me.
We tried.
We tried that one.
So,
no chance. I need to get some kind of life back.
So Peter, when it comes to Australia, just a quick question I want to ask. Other than the V8 supercars, Is the GT quite popular in other? I mean, pure Formula One is quite popular. It mostly is all over the world. But what kind of races do you get over that way?
We get everything that the UK does. Probably we get plenty of like grassroots racing, plenty of historic racing. Not on the scale that you guys get, but yeah, we do get GT racing. Again, not as big as like the UK and Europe and stuff. I think they always say, you know, like the market is different out here because we're all the way in our own little corner. And then, you know, you guys are kind of connected to Europe and the US, you know, and Canada, like they're huge markets. So it's probably like a downscaled version of what you guys get. So, but yeah, there's plenty of racing almost every weekend. There's something going on at, you know, the local track. So yeah.
Too busy
Always
having
hustling.
running battles over Chevy and Ford then?
Yeah, still got that. Yeah, for supercars. Next gen coming in next year. They got the Camaro and Mustang doing battle. So
Nice.
yeah, once I get some photography done, I'll have to share some stuff in the FRL Discord.
Oh, yes, sounds good.
Yeah.
So touching on some more PC stuff, we've got the FRL Pure Sim Gear GT3 Season 2. We had our first race at Alton Park, which was slightly disastrous, let's say the least. First couple of corners, I think we ended up red flagging it. So we restarted. The race then came to kind of fruition, and we were kind of basically thrown into a bit of kind of perplexity. We had 21 drivers and 30, so quite a lot of drivers, right? And when I say a lot of drivers, there's right now already kind of signed up. There's 29 and 26, so use my brain, 49. So 55 people that basically want to take part. So we've split it into a GT3 and a GT3 Pro section. But what we're going to be doing now is they were talking about it racing in two separate servers. I think we're going to race it on one server and just AM and Pro race against each other, which is going to be a little bit more exciting. So you're still going to have like a track full of cars, but the slower guys going for podium and the pro guys going for podium in the same track. So I've seen that kind of conversation unfolding. And just correct me if I'm wrong, Derek, is that what you have decided on for PC, yeah?
I zoned out. What was the question?
About the new
Splits, Pro and Am.
the Pro-Am splits. We're
okay,
just going
so-
to race on the one track.
Yeah, so originally, after everything that happened at Alton Park, everybody losing safety rate like hell,
Yeah.
we made it separate tracks.
It's an
Oh, dude,
understatement.
it was horrible. I lost
I think
11
Jim lose
points.
about 8 or 9.
11 in total.
11.
Yeah. James took 8. James took 8 off me in the first corner in 2 starts.
Filth, guy. Absolute filth.
That's like 12 race ban material right there.
It was horrible, but we decided to go with 2 tracks, 2 splits, AM and Pro. There wasn't very many people happy about it, and Alton Park was the only small track we have. Obviously 48 people on one track at Alton Park's a bit much. It's very difficult. So what we've decided is we're going to go back to one server, both AM and Pros in there. We'll probably do amateur qualifying and then a pro qualifying, a 20-minute qualifying, or 10 minutes, two splits of it.
10 minutes each or something.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Actually, what we do with the mixed.
Yeah, so get the guys their individual qualifying, but when it comes to the track, it's going to be a case of the fast guys, the pros are going to be up against on the same track as the amateurs, so they're going to have to give a bit more caution towards the amateurs.
Yeah.
The blue flags will come up, but due to the fact it's kind of like the GT4s, just because you're in a separate split means that
You've got to be able to
drive your
pass
own
them
race.
safe.
Yeah, drive your own race, and it's actually easier, I would say, for the fast guys, because if you stick to the driving line, they know where you will be. They know where you're going to be at, so as they can get past.
We'll get there. That driving line etiquette, we'll get there, because not every single person reads every single word and every single rule. So you're always going to get a kind of natural niche of people that they just want to race, and they don't care about the rules, and they just show up and they do it.
I'm dyslexic. I can't read any of it. I just make them up.
We just keep you right there. We'll tell you what it says. So that's sort of where we stand going forward with the pure sim gear. So after race 1, it was a bit mental, but working lots and lots of work in the background to kind of make sure we can go forward and keep that going, because it's one of our more popular leagues on the PC. Thanks, Del, for kind of keeping us right with that. I'm sure what was the other one? Let me just have a quick look. Endurance GT. Oh, we've got a very, very exciting Wednesday league showing up as well, Derek, if you want to give somebody some insight, or the guys some insight on that.
So what's this?
The new Wednesday Worlds Tour.
So there had been talk about maybe introducing it as the new Ferrari Challenge car, because it comes out the same day as the car. But decided against it simply because if there's any problems with that car, it could just cause all sorts of mayhem. So it's just going to be the Ferrari GT3, the 488. It's called the World Tour, so it's going to be on. There'll be at least one race from each continent that is in the game.
Right.
Bathurst is there, and so is Suzuka. I think Alton Park's there. I can't remember. I made the series, but I can't remember the places. Laguna Seca, I think, is the first race. Kyalami's definitely there. Basically, the idea is, what I went with this time was, it's a single make race across the world that we're racing, but we're going to drive at the times that it is. So if it's 7 o'clock UK time that the races are going to start in real life, and it'll be 7 o'clock plus or minus
the time zone.
The time zone. So.
Oh, that's good. So some of them could
California,
be into the night.
California's going to be
very early morning.
Yeah, I think Bathurst is going to be early morning.
Nice 7 a.m. coldness in the air.
6 o'clock practice. Yeah,
excellent.
So
that's my life every day for an FRL event.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
that sounds great.
We've also changed the name a little bit. Instead of, I had it down where it was separate mini-series all the time. But what we had to do was, after the mini-series was done, all the check-ins got sent away, all the roles got deleted, and then you were bringing a new role in and a new check-in for all the next series. So we changed it to, it's called Wicked Wednesdays now.
So, yeah.
And everybody keeps the same role. It doesn't mean you have to actually race in that series. You can pick and choose series still. It just means that you now have, you're now getting notifications of the races.
Cool. Well,
and it's also starting at 7 o'clock UK time instead of 8 o'clock. To try, most of the people that race are either there's a lot from the UK, but most of them tend to run out of like Italy, and we've got some guys from Iran and things as well, so it's a lot of Eastern Europe and Eastern countries that tend to be in with us. So
that time will favour it, you think?
Yeah, because I think what happened tonight, so many people checked out because it was running so late. So if we start at 6, it gives a better chance of maybe bringing people in.
Right.
And if it doesn't, if we lose numbers because of it, we can always go back to a later time, and then the UK guys can get in more. But the GT Friday is set up more for 8:30, I think it is, and then we'll have the Wednesday one for the earlier times, kind of, so as the other guys can get in there.
Cool. One of the other popular leagues on PC is our FRL Endurance GT 2022. We've already done 2 races. The first one was at Nürburgring, the second was at Paul Ricard. and this has proved extremely popular with 39 teams currently registered. And we do a race every month. The first one was 5th of February, the second was 12th of March. We then have Spa coming up on the 9th of April, which everyone will be, I would imagine, really looking forward to it. The way the standings are just now, it looks like Panda Esport Racing, EOS Esport Racing, and 2sec off pace are the kind of three front runners there. It is quite tight, but it's only 2 races out of what's the calendar? It's a 10 race calendar, so it's going to take us right up until December, just before Christmas. Their last venue being Kyalami. So there's some really good venues in amongst that, and it's team racing as well. So the guys are doing, is it 2 and 3 hour endurance races? So you do little driver stints, etc., and driver swaps. Proved really popular indeed. And then we've also got, just so that the PC guys are getting lots of exposure here. I mean, anyone, if you want to nip onto the SimGrid link that's on the channel, go in, have a wee gander, and get yourself signed up in SimGrid. Get yourself involved if you've not done so already. The British GT 2022 Season 1. That so far, we've had 2 races done in that as well out of 5. The next one is scheduled for the 14th of April at Silverstone, that looks like. Yes. Again, the standings in there. These are individual races, and it's our very own Marco Keddy. He's at the top of the roster there with 85 points.
The alien himself.
Yes, elite alien, Mr. Keddy. He's
The
whenever he doesn't miss a
FRL
race, he tends to be there or thereabouts at the top, doesn't he? And he's closely followed by Popov and Tadema. Again, that looks very tight, but I think if Keddy doesn't miss a race, it's his in the bag. He's too fast. He's running that league in an Aston Martin Vantage V8. Right. So yeah, get yourselves onto SimGrid, have a wee look, make sure you can. There's so much information on SimGrid, a total breakdown of the races. You've got how the scoring's worked out. It shows you a wee kind of like scamp and kind of general information on all of the tracks that are involved, and then you click on the results part, it takes you in. It's really in depth. It's good, and get yourself involved. We're always happy to have other people getting involved. So currently right now in that, there's only 18 people taking part, but there's 45 slots. So come in, get involved. Let's see, I think, is there any other questions?
Yeah, I was going to say, you got any more questions? Stop you waffling on.
Thanks very much. What I would like to introduce is Cascanova. I think Cascanova's put up some kind of poll saying, do you think I am slow as on a controller? Yes, no, or no comment. And there's been 12 people that's voted so far.
That was me.
41% have said yes. 41% have said no.
Wow.
And 16% have said no comment.
Who said no? Honestly, we're gonna have to have some words after this.
I put the poll up, Chris.
Oh, was it you that put the poll up?
Yeah, I can put polls up.
Excellent, Dale. I love it.
You split the community, Peter. Split it, mate.
This is worse than the PS4 and PS5 split, I'm telling you.
Who put Gamer Dad in the corner? His missus. Cascanova said his missus. Very good. Right, keep it stum, guys. Don't talk about his missus. She'll kick your ass.
Oh, she's at work.
Oh, right, okay. Mr. Slow. James put Mr. Slow. Slow. So Hutch wants you to show us your rig. Show him the rig. Go, just show him.
Here we go. Appearance number 2.
It's getting a good workout tonight, isn't it?
It's got a kind of little aura, wee glow kind of hovering about it.
I actually should get like an FRL sticker and put it on. Like, I reckon that would be awesome. Probably give me an extra half a second in lap time.
You don't need half a second.
No, you don't need any go faster stripes at all. You can go to buggery with that. Hutch is saying how long to the cast. Any other questions at all coming in through the emails? This is
Hutch. I know why Hutch is watching still, because he wants to hear his name at the top of the Slammer standings.
I was going to get into that anyway. So we'll get into the actual website just now. Another wee hit for the website.
After I had a mare at Misano last night.
Maybe he's waiting for somebody to mention how the race went last night on PS5 as well.
Should we talk about that, Chris? About the people that can't get into the grid on the PS5, asking them to move to PS4.
So, last night was the second time it's happened because of the glitch that seems to be currently hanging over the PS5 just now. Whenever we have a full grid of 30 drivers, if and when Coops logs in to do the comms, which is amply important, the comms is very good, it increases our exposure. It's great to race under comms as well. You get to then watch your race back, etc. Unfortunately, Coops' car, or Coops when he logs in under the spectator mode, it still unfortunately logs his car into the grid and takes a spot out of the 30, leaving only 29 spaces. Now,
and when
unfortunately, last night,
teams, when you got 15 teams of 2 drivers, that's 5 drivers.
It's very, very difficult. So,
especially when there's a useless Ferrari 101 in the track.
Who was that thing at?
That's Coops' car. It sits in the fucking.
Yeah.
So last night, or the first race we done at Suzuka, one of the guys that was standing in the reserves couldn't get in, and he couldn't understand why. And I kind of came to the conclusion maybe the Coops' car was taking up a position. Kind of didn't know. And then last night the same thing happened again. And unfortunately, Fearless Freak couldn't get in. So he ended up jumping down and racing in Tier 1
Coming
PS4.
That's why he was with us. Okay, cool.
That's why he joined very late as well.
So,
just because.
Yeah.
What we did is we said to him, whatever position he finished, we'll honour that on the PS5 standings, let the points from that position. It was the only solution that we could see at the time because he's a full-time driver. And unfortunately, all of the guys, it was a full grid, there was 30 drivers, and that included 3 reserve drivers who'd already got into the server, they were doing their laps, they were doing their times, and it had been a bit harsh saying, can one of you leave the server? So we were it was a very, very hard situation to deal with. So we come up with that quick solution, really, go into the PS4 if you're happy, which he was, and take my hat off to him because he's normally likes to take part in the PS5 side, but he dropped down to PS4. Sorry, I didn't mean down. He just decided to log into PS4. That was a wee dig, sorry.
Oh,
and
we know where we
aye. Don't say it.
But at least that game works.
So,
no comment.
It was very nice of him to do that, and I think he's need to kind of take our hat off to and thank him for doing so. So we honoured his points.
Legend.
So he came 9th.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So done really well, especially in Tier 1 as well. But he's fast. He's going to be in the mix, isn't he? Always going to be in the mix. So well done, Fearless, for doing that for us, good buddy.
So are we going to do that moving forward if it doesn't get fixed for the time being?
I thought it's a hard ask. I mean,
well, you could always just pop the question out there every week.
What
like
probably,
reserves, like reserve-wise, like some of the reserves.
I think if you keep it, the original people on PS5 that signed up for it full-time drivers, I don't think you'll always get 30 drivers turning up. So the first 29 drivers and then any reserves you can actually pick and choose which server they go
If
to.
it ever gets to that situation again, I'll drop down to PS4 and give the other guys the chance to run in PS5. I don't mind doing that. Whatever. I'll go and race in whatever tiers get space.
You just think you're going to get a higher position because there's no 30
No.
drivers?
Just it's whatever. It's unfortunately it's got to be done.
Yeah, we'll still find a way to finish less further lower than 20th.
Like I read 20, I'll still finish 30th. Total and utter widos, a lot. Right, so where it stands then, so let's pick it up from Tackle Tuesdays.
Hutch said he's interested in Sunday's results as well.
We should do Sundays first, because we should do Sundays first.
Okay. Takes its
Very
time.
good.
Has anyone been on the website recently?
I had a look at Slammer standings today, and that's about it.
It's looking amazing. Will's got the website looking absolutely magnificent. It's taking its time loading up. So, Pure Sim Gear GT3 Series. So in Tier 1, it looks like we've got Lely in the top with 149 points, with Crazies really, really close behind him on 144. Spacey in third place with 126. Michael Racy's on 119, which is a bit of a surprise. Floppy Fox as well on 119 in fifth. And then you've got GT Jamie in sixth. Renviller seventh. Gamer Dad in eighth.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm that high? I didn't even check.
Joe Tro's in ninth. Hang on a wee second. It's not been Marek Maliola. Sorry, is in ninth, and then Joe Tro rounding off 10th. They've swapped about for some reason. So it's quite a kind of busy
Tight,
grid with crazy fast aliens. So that can go anyway, to be fair. That's after round 2.
We need Peter back to cause havoc up front.
Oh, mate, if I'm not there, apparently I'm crashing into people. So maybe it's best I just sit this one out.
Surely either way that means you're controlling the race.
We won't even go to what happened at the top of a certain corner.
Mate, I was shattered. I couldn't
2.
believe that. I don't know how that happened. I still don't know.
So Kicking Asphalt are top of the teams with Phoenix Racing in second, in Training Wheels in third. So that's quite tight as well. There's only like 14 points separating both those teams after 2 rounds, so that's good. So let's go to Tackle Tuesdays.
I have a question, guys. I watched the Sunday race, or was it Tuesday's race I was watching? Gun Coops is trying to know anyway. Is there a new Slow?
Aye?
There's a new guy with the name Slow in there, is there not? Slow and Old or something. Is that Peter's dad?
Oh, that's Kimmy's dad, he's called.
Kimmy's dad?
Yes.
Yeah, on the PS username was Slow and Old, it says.
Yeah, so Kimmy's dad is actually Slow and Old. He's not actually Slow and Old, but that's
Kimmy Raikkonen's dad.
I'm getting no clue.
Sounds like it could be my dad with that name. I like it.
So in the Sunday Tier 2, we've got We the Kev, who's top on 141 points. Woody in second with 140. Now, the reason Kev's in 141 is because he got that extra wee point for pole.
He nicked a pole point.
And on quali, so that was very, very... It's what worked in his favour. We've got Nathbit in third with 122 points, and Hutch on the same in fourth. Jester in fifth with 116. And then you've got Daz Parker, Evan IRL, Tro 246, Cascanova, and Big Time Dave rounding off the top 10. Again, that's quite tight after only 2 rounds. And the teams, not fast, just to be continued at top. And then Overdose Racing, second place with Bit Time Bit Motorsport in third. So only a few points, like 5 points separating the two top teams as well. So it's going to be a good, tight season. Looking forward to it. And Tackle Tuesdays.
I've destroyed the craziest chances of doing that.
So we've got 2 tiers in PS4 and 1 tier in PS5. So in tier 1 on the PS4, we've got TK Drifter on top with Will Friedman second, Papano in third, Barnuts 19 in fourth, and I Am Slow rounding off the top 5. And there's only 18 points separating the 5 of you. So.
Oh wow! Okay, I didn't realize it was that tight.
Yeah, no,
we have to show up every race now.
New point system is epic.
Yeah, the new point system. If you're wanting to understand how the points work, click on the link that takes you to the website. All the information is there, guys. It's really, really good.
It's what, 2 points difference between each position, isn't it?
So it's making things that wee bit more competitive and tighter up the top anyway.
Yep, that's great.
Tier 2 on PS4, we've got SLP Steve in top, Woodward in second, new Alien Hunter, Renviller in third, Fresh Brizzle in fourth, and Astral Racer rounding off the top 5. And again, there's only like 16 points separating those 5 guys as well, so brilliant. And then in the PS5 side of things, we have Freeman 82 on top, Michael Races second with Crazies in third, Hutch in fourth, and Jan Willem rounding off the top 5. And there's only 13 points separating them after 2 races as well. So it just goes to show you the new point structures are actually keeping things really tight. So you're not just running away with it because you're winning a race.
Yep.
I love it. What other series have we got running? So the Thursday Night Thunder, let's touch on that because the guys are doing really good, trying to recruit as many guys as they possibly can. I think they've got 15 or 16 people registered so far. Yeah?
Something like that.
So let's have a look at the standings. Although there's that amount registered, only 11 have taken part in the first race. And well, I raced in that, so I did. I stayed up till like 3 in the morning to take part.
I can't even remember. How did you get on anyway in that?
I came 7th.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, I was putting in some of my fastest times that I've done, but I wasn't anywhere close to the likes I Am Slow and George and Weedy Kev. They were just consistent. So Weedy Kev's in top, with I Am Slow second place, George in third, Joe Tro in fourth.
Did you read out the Tuesday teams they're asking? Or did you forget?
I'll go back to the teams if they want.
Oh, please mention my team with Jester. Our team name is awesome. You've got to read it out. Even if we're Stone Muzzler's last, please read it out.
Okay. So the Thursday Night Thunders looks like it's taken off well with 11 people. You can't grumble. So Tier 1 and PS4 teams is Sigma Racing, and then Team D's Nuts. That's IRL and Barnuts. And then Big Black. Big Black and Wah. And
there we go. That was meant to be
Mamba. I can't believe you made me read that out. It's disgusting. Team Green Mamba in fourth. Zen Grey Racing in fifth. Apex Racing in sixth. And Not Porsche Esports Racing in seventh. And Tier 2 teams, we've got Renwood Racing. That's Renvler and Woody, top of the roster there. Speed Monkey Racing in second with the Butties.
It's great team names. Honestly,
that is brilliant. Spin City Motorsports in fourth. Penetrate Racing, which is Sean and Duzzy in fifth place. Hateful Eight in sixth, and McBoltley Motorsport in seventh. Oh, excellent. And then God, we've got 15 teams to go through here. Team PSR in first place, Run DJC in second, KG Racing in third, Not Fast Just Furious in fourth, with One Fast, One Furious in fifth. Blue Flag Motorsport, that's pretty good actually, in sixth. Way Marble Racing, seventh. Pussy Patrol in eighth. Derek, that's just brilliant.
That wasn't my idea, that was crazy. You came up
Oh
with
my
that one.
God, guys. PUSAAY. Pussy Patrol. Beamer,
Get away with that.
BMW Empower. Wow, that's so imaginative, guys, in ninth. Lowland Lions in 10th. Dancing Queen Racing in 11th. Slow and Fast Out in 12th.
Oh my days.
ST Motorsports in 13th. Thistle and League Motorsport in 14th. And L&E Racing in 15th.
So
Very good.
team names there, guys.
Yeah,
honestly.
good team names, actually. Sorry I missed that, guys. And then we should do the Tequila Slammers.
Do the Slammers.
Yeah.
Is that a real serious? Does that get added?
Aye.
It's getting very serious. We had 17 last night.
17 people took part last night.
It's becoming a very serious championship.
Yes. 16 people, sorry. I think we had somebody come in an Audi and then went back out and come back in a different car.
Oh, Big Dom.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So Hutch is in the top with 78 points. Woodward in second place and Gamer Dad's rounding off the podium.
Have you noticed Neil's second in every single series he's in?
I know he's
Wow.
Absolutely brilliant, man. He's
Honestly,
went from mid-table last series.
In the last couple of weeks, he's found so much pace.
Unbelievable. Andy Cran, 911 in fourth. Fresh Briz in fifth. He's always there as well. He's bloody rapid. He's becoming a nightmare trying to race against because he just turns that boat into a brick wall with wheels. It's like, I'm glad I says brick and not the other word. Rashid in sixth. GT Jamie in seventh. Sean in eighth or P1 SGF, and then myself in ninth, with Darren rounding off the top 10. Big Dom in 11th, D-Car 12th, Markatron 13th, Deadfish 14th, Tro246 in 15th, and Art Dawes F1 in 16th. So, a great showing last night.
The chat was asking if they could hear first place's name again.
Some twat called
some
FRL
scouse.
Hutch LFC. Some scouser.
Yeah.
Somebody was chasing him last night and he told him he was keeping him honest. I said it's hard to find an honest man in Liverpool.
That's right. It's hard to keep a scouser honest. You nearly bloody crashed when you said that, Bill. So we've got our Endurance Fridays, which is starting up very soon.
Yes.
Gamer Dad, if you want to give some details on that.
Still looking for 3 more teams in Tier 1 for the PS4 and 2 more teams in Group 2.
So if you want to get involved,
so if anyone wants to get involved, give me a message and I'll sort you out. But this week we're going to have a Friday off. But next week, I will do a pre-season race the week before the season starts to get everyone in the mood.
I think Peter's going to take your face off because we've been talking this week. I think he's wanting a wee cheeky race tonight, and I was going to actually ask you to give us an idea of what track you would like. Because I'll set a wee endurance up for you on Friday if you want.
It wouldn't bother me. Like, if there is a week off, I probably need it, to be honest. Like I said, I'm just a junkie. I'll race like a lawnmower if I could on ACC. Proper grass cutting. There
apprentice. We go. Fast apprentice.
I think it's good to have a week off. Like, you need a rest sometimes. So
yeah.
Okay. Yep.
But yeah, we will have a pre-season race next week, and hopefully everyone chooses the car that they're going to be driving in for the season to get some practice in. But the details will come out in the next few days, and I put a check-up in.
Cool.
Checking up. Yeah, there we go.
And again, if you just want to go onto the website, guys, every single thing you need to know about all the series that we've got running or up and coming. We've got a new Thursday GT3 series
On the
on the
PS5.
PS5 platform as well.
And Endurance is also on the PS5, but I'm not sure how many spots have been filled up on that one, Chris.
I'll tell you now.
That is just GT3, not the mixed, like on PS4.
So PS5 Friday. I think we had. Pardon me. So Friday car selection. So far we've got 3, 8, 14, 18, 20.
That's right.
We've got 26 names so far.
Nice. That's a nice full grid.
So there you go, 13 teams. 13 teams. So a couple of teams to fill there as well.
2 hours of carnage once a month. Yeah.
Why not? But yeah, the website's looking fantastic. And with the Thursday GT3 series coming up as well, that's Crazy's baby. He's also taken on board the running of that league. So if you need to have any questions answered on that, give him a wee message or pop onto the website. Have a look at everything you need to see there. Race format, point system, race particulars, the time it starts. It's going to be 8:30 on a Thursday. So, all good. I may actually be able to take part in that because the races are...
It's a 45-minute...
45-minute feature race and then a 15-minute sprint.
15-minute sprint. Where the
football.
top 5 will start at the back to make it that much harder.
That's got carnage written all over it. I can smell it from here.
It doesn't say that in the race format, but maybe he's going to tweak that because I think I can remember him saying something like that.
The first days?
Yeah, it just says quali 1 15, feature race 45, quali 2 10, sprint race 15, and a mandatory pit to change your tyres during the feature race only.
I thought the top 5 were going to be starting at the back.
How's it going to... we'll talk about that. Let's go. And then a bonus point for pole as well, like we are doing now. So if you get pole position in qualifying, you're always going to get a Brucey wee bonus point added to your mix, added to your points tally. So is there any other questions? Let's have a quick look. Nothing there. Let's go and have a look at the live feed.
There we go.
Cascanova says, am I the only one who is noticing that Mr. I Am Fast's nose is growing and growing?
Is it really?
Oh,
that's probably not appropriate. I shouldn't have done that. It probably wasn't appropriate. I'm sorry, kids. Sorry.
Oh, fantastic.
Love the banter. Good banter.
So, yeah, it's just banter. That poll is not that poll. So, I'm guessing, Derek, you've done this again. Did Hutch only watch to hear his name in the first 2 weeks? Yes, 100%. No, 0%. And that was 8 points.
Love it. Absolutely love it, guys.
Oh, so brilliant, mate. Absolute legend. What do you think? I'm going to give PC a miss for a while. I don't have enough time to practice. Oh. Caskanova's asking if I can push Woody off next time. No, I'm trying to be as clean as I possibly can. My first accident and incident the other night with Cascanova, and that's been hopefully my last for a long time.
Was it that bad?
I've been clean racing as much as I possibly can, but I caught his back end at the first corner in Spa, and I normally just wait to allow that person to get the place back, but I kind of just kept driving. Don't know what happened. It was just one of those stupid spur of the moment things.
Selfish.
And I ended up having one of the best races I've ever had, then keeping up with the front runners, and then that's what happened.
Did you get points for it?
Oh,
I
we gave him
got
points.
a penalty point on my
Yeah, we gave him
license.
penalty points.
It wasn't like super crazy because he never spun out of control. He kind of caught it and then he was catching up, but I'm not sure if he got the place back.
Surely that's more credit to him than you.
Yep.
Of course, he's faster than me, so that's one of those things. I just took off. I should have stayed and gave him his position back. That's what I normally do. I done it when I accidentally hit him at the top of Kyalami. I lost control, and I waited. I lost about 6 places to give him his place back. So what happened at Kyalami?
Traction Dave.
Oh, yeah. We were drag racing down the hill, and we took each other out 1 and 2, and then comes Gamer Dad with Floppy Fox having a drag race and these 2 Lexuses, and they took each other out, avoiding us too, right down the bottom of the hill.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what. At Spa, I'm sitting in third, race 2, behind Crizies and Traction Dave. Right, by about 2 seconds. Traction Dave loses it at the top of the hill.
Right.
So he's gone through Eau Rouge and he loses it. And I go left and I see the car going left. So I go right and then his car ends up on the right-hand side of the track and I T-bone him at 150 miles an hour.
Oh.
4 minutes to go. And it would have been a podium against, because I was constant 219s all race. And yeah.
You were sub-20s?
Sub-20s all race.
Can I just get in there that I did a low 220 for quali?
Yeah, it's a good time. Would have been
the
just
first time ever in my life, like 3 seconds faster than I get in my Porsche.
That's how quick Tier 1 was. It would have been just inside the top 10.
And it was in the Lambo. The thing was just planted.
Well, the Lambos were doing 218s in the Tier 1.
So the places where I think I'm losing, it's just my braking zones.
It is braking zones. I told you this before. You need better brakes.
Yep.
But then again, that's no excuse because Peter can use a controller and still outbrake you.
True.
I think we had a race at Snetterton and I sent it up the inside because I broke so late, ran wide and then spun and put it off into the fence a corner later. So late braking does not work so well. I'll give you the tip.
Excellent. So
sorry, Dave, by the way, for name dropping you in there, mate. Love you, really.
Yeah, he's just saying so much pain in the chat. That's all he's saying.
So much what? Sorry.
So much pain.
Yeah.
Excellent. Woody's saying yes, Michael races. It's very different being in the top of the leaderboards, as we were talking about the other night. So I think Woody's taken really well to this faster pace. So,
I did give him a little coaching session the other night, though.
So that is probably down to.
You think credit gamer?
That you've obviously got to have. You've got to have ability as well.
Yeah.
But if you only gave him a training tip the other night, he's been doing well for since he got here.
We worked together and we took 2 seconds off his Paul Ricard time in GT4s within an hour.
Right.
Within an hour, we managed to get 2 seconds off his time.
Cool.
Yeah, he was right up there. He was challenging
in that GT4,
Will and Will's. Yeah,
in that GT4 and Will's GT4 king basically, along with TK Drifter and Cheese Monkey. But
and Neil would make no sweat the other night then.
Neil was going like mid 208s to mid 206s within an hour. So Yeah, little tips, honestly. Little tips. That's all you need. Little tips like, oh, you need to cut that corner a little bit more. You need to break at this point, not that point.
But
Take that
then
line.
remember to do that
And then
lap
remember
after
to do
lap.
it lap after lap. Yeah. So
That's where a lot of people will lose it because they're inconsistent. Sorry, because they'll take a different line every lap. If you can just concentrate on taking that same line.
Well, once you get the muscle memory for it, you
yes.
do it automatically.
The
biggest
zone.
thing is getting in the groove of doing it, and then I find myself at times as well, once I start getting faster laps and seeing the times, as I'm coming up to the corner, I'm telling myself in my head, remember what to do in that corner.
But Dale, you've already told us that goes to pot when you pit, because you come back out and you're all over the place.
Yeah. But that's been getting better because we got taken out in the endurance race, me and Chica, at the weekend, and we ended up in last place. And before I went in for the pits, I got it back to 16th. We lost some places. Chica brought it back to about 14th or something, and I came out of the pits and I was straight on it. So it's actually getting better.
Just a mention about Chica. Chica's like a dark horse. He keeps himself very quiet indeed. He's
really quick.
There.
Well,
really bloody quick.
Very quick. He's always like top 5 or top 3, and he gets that surprise win every now and again because he's extremely capable. He's just a magnet to.
He's worried about his pace.
The brown stuff.
The brown stuff, yes.
Yeah, he's
He's worried about his pace just now because he's completely taken the line off. But at the end of the day, he's still faster than me.
Driving line is not the quickest way around the track.
No, but he's got.
Yeah.
I had the same problem when I first took the line off. It's not maybe that you're using the line; it's a comfort thing.
Yeah.
You just feel lost without the line, even though you're not using it.
Yeah, this is why I moan about certain board markers getting taken off, because I use a lot of board markers for braking. So then I have to find like a visual point on the side, like a barrier. But yeah.
Can I just mention driver of the month for February as well, guys? If he's happy, give me a couple minutes.
Who won it? Da.
So we had 6 names in the pot. We had Geo87 UK. Woody was in there. Michael Races was in there. I was in there. Sebastian Leinmiller was in there, and Matty and Nashira.
How did you get in there?
So if you go through, this is how it's organised. If you go through all the driver nominations, you see the names popping up. My name popped up a good few times, so I counted it up. It takes me a wee bit of time to organise it, and I was quite surprised my name was in there so many times.
Oh.
Anyway,
something wrong there.
Wido. We had 0 votes against Sebastian Leinmiller. Guy's rapid as well. He's doing fantastic with PC, but we're not getting that many votes on here. We need to get more people involved. We've got nearly 900 people. In fact, we're probably over 900 now on Discord.
Yeah, a load of new joiners to go again. So
lots and lots of new joiners, but we're getting a small amount of votes. So we need to get people voting for the driver of the month. So in last place, Sebastian. Second last was Gio. Third last was Mattia. I came third, 4 votes. Woody got 5 votes. Second place, leaving Michael Races getting driver of the month for February with 7 votes.
The king
so well done,
again.
Michael Races. You get to have the illustrious little beautiful golden ribbon at the end of your name, and it stays there for all eternity. So we'll get James to change that, because I think he's the only one that can change the names.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we can change them.
We'll try and change them. So yes, well done, mate. You got driver of the month for February.
Well done, Michael.
Woohoo! So I think we've managed to round off quite a lot of points tonight.
It's not been bad, mate, considering like we're half a team down.
Half a team down. Well, we're kind of 2 1/4 in tonight with our special guest on top. Dale's wee kind of voice in the background.
I was just telling the chat, I look like that dying alien for Cocoon.
I could believe it as well. Just sitting there, a wee crusty shivering wreck. So if we get any other... we do actually, if you again go onto the website, there's lots and lots of little chronicles from FRL. A lot of them are kind of been put up by Faco himself. He does like a little blog most weeks. If you want to get in there and have a read of some of the kind of things but it puts in, they're quite comical and quite informative as well. Hop in there, have a wee look. If you have not signed up for the app either, the app gives you all the kind of car setups that we've managed to upload on there so far. It's dead easy just to install it on your phone.
Yep.
Get in there, get it used. That's a brainchild of Will Friedman himself. There's a new videos section where you can go in and watch all of the kind of podcasts. You can watch streams that have been done with the comms, with the likes of Coops and stuff. So, yeah, get in there. Oh, we've not mentioned this in a while. We have our Patron section. So, Patron is when people subscribe to Patron, this is what keeps us going. You click in there, you can actually see the list of people that have currently signed up to the Patron. The money that comes from Patron goes to help run the servers and helps us maintain and build all the leagues that we've been kind of working on and doing all the stuff in the background. So now we've got quite a large list of people. If you go on there, it's brilliant. It's helping us grow. It's keeping us going. Some new names in there as well. I've not seen any of some of these names recently. Well, and that's where you'll also see the banked car numbers for the drivers. So if you're looking to select a number, go in there first and see what's already been taken and go for that. Right.
Yeah, then there's no arguing. Oh, you
Yes.
took my number.
So that rounds off our FRL podcast. To be fair, is there anything else you want to add? Peter, have you got anything else? Any kind of like parting wisdom for any of the guys?
Oh, gee. I better not say that. That's inappropriate as well. I best just say thanks for having me. And yeah, looking forward to racing all of you lads next time. When is the next race? It'd be GT3 Sunday. Oh no,
Yeah,
actually
Sunday.
be Thursday Night Thunder. So any of the Americans. And Chris, if you're staying up late again, night owl.
I'm actually walking away from home tomorrow. I'll be back kind of
spewing.
late-ish Friday, so I'll be back in time to take part in the PC GT3 league. But I would love to take part, but I'll be eating some steak and drinking some nice wine on my company.
Okay.
Whenever I go
Don't
away.
mention food. Don't mention food while Dell's still here.
He's got a visit from Huey there. How are you feeling, Dell?
I'm alright. I'm a survivor.
Oh yeah, Gamer, you actually need to do your little round off the show.
My alien of the
alien
week. See, his head's already big enough. I don't want to give it to him, but I have to.
Right.
It's going
Don't
to
you dare give it to him.
It's going.
Don't you dare give it to him.
It's going to Hutch this week,
I'm sure.
due to the fact he's been very consistent in his.
Aye.
He's at the couple of podiums this week. He's top of the pile in slammers still. So yeah, Hutch.
Yeah,
I was trying to avoid it this week, unfortunately.
Hutch deserves it because last week it got stolen out from under him by someone that's an imposter.
Yes.
You're
actually.
alien of the week last week
Yeah,
as well.
Hutch,
Yourself.
honestly, mate, keep it up. Well done.
Well
More
done,
wins
Hutch.
will be coming your way soon, mate.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Yep, go clap.
So let's see, is his head going to explode in the chat?
Of course it is.
So if he can find another second when he gets his steering wheel, which is possible.
Michael Races is now in the ribbon gang. He says. Sorry there, Dale. He's in the ribbon gang now. He said, "Cheers, gents." Where's Hutch says engine Hutch? Woo! Excellent. Love it. Love it. Love it. Right.
You should
So-
put like some balloons next to Hutch's name for the next week. Discord.
We should maybe get a wee picture of an alien next to your Alien of the Week nominations, actually. You could start doing that.
Yeah, could do.
We're going to get that emoji turned into...
Do you know what? To be honest, right? Some names would just be stupidly long, so you won't be able to see it anyway.
We'll put it at the start.
Stick it at the start.
Yeah, put it at the start.
Put it at the start, a wee
And
alien
then the
head.
name will disappear slowly.
So Dale got one last week, Hutch this week. Who was the one before that?
Woody.
Woody.
Woodwood.
I think
Yeah,
you only
I think I
started
got
it 3 weeks ago.
One about a month ago.
Yeah,
which was
Slow got one as well.
Yeah.
Slow.
The only,
And
the only week we didn't do one was during the Mad podcast.
Oh,
when
yeah.
we're doing team draws. That's the only time I didn't do
I
one.
think if we asked you to do Alien of the Week that week, you would have just turned your camera off and walked away.
Yeah, I would have done.
I just can remember looking at you and I was like, "So, Gamer Dad, are you ready?" And you just went,
No.
I was
the
waiting
whole
for
colour
the,
drained for your
waiting for the
face.
camera to go for a fly.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, cool. So that's us. That's us now got a face to I Am Slow.
Yep, alongside my terrible mugshot on Discord.
Yep. And now we've got a face to Gamer Dad as well, because we can see you properly this time instead of that.
No, I've had my camera like this for the last couple. Thank you very much.
Yeah, last couple of weeks.
Coops, you have been sorely missed this evening.
Yes, Coops. We miss you, mate.
You always keep us
Coops
jealous,
competition. Coops competition. We miss Coops competition.
He'll have a massive one when he does eventually get in, but he's taking part in tomorrow night's opener for the GT3 Thursday PS5. So
Better win, Coops.
yeah,
Because you don't race often, but you better win.
He's going to be rusty, I'm sure.
he's probably telling us to shut up because he's come to practice and he's got the wife get away and practicing us. So she can't get to see him because he's just getting the laps in. So thanks very much for coming in. I Am Slow. Peter.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Dale, if you're happy to bid adieu, and we'll catch up with everybody on the grid.
Yep, guys.
Yeah.
See you later.
Right,
Ruth,
ciao.
mate, putting our shrimp on the Barbie for the Sheilas.
What was that?
Got another shrimp in the Barbie for the Sheilas.
On it. All right, ciao.
What you like.